What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Sigma here, bringing you another gameplay commentary for the Wii U on Black Ops 2, and today I am bringing you an 86-7 hardpoint nuclear gameplay on the map Overflow using the PDW, and I believe I have long barrel, laser, and extended clip with the perks flak jacket, hardline, toughness, and tactical mask, I believe is what it said. I don't know what it says because I started at the beginning of this, or not the beginning, but rather like partway through, because according to my sources, which is just myself, because this gameplay is incredibly old. Apparently here's where all the goodies start in this gameplay. According to my sources, I go on a 70 gun streak here. I mean, not 70 gun streak, a 70 kill streak with a 30 plus nuclear gun streak in the middle. So I think this gameplay might be a little bit entertaining for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. It is old. It is from the double XP weekend, like 3 or 4 months ago, where hardpoint, or not hardpoint, multi-team was the double XP game type of the weekend, and that just made me get gameplays for days, and this is one of those gameplays, and it's a good gameplay, so why let it go to waste, right? So just sit back and enjoy, and yeah, if you like it, then you might like it. I don't know. It really depends, you know. I'm hit and miss with my favorites, my likes, and all that stuff. You know, occasionally I make a good video. Occasionally, maybe today is that day. Watch this drop shot. Oh, that drop shot. But for today's topic of a commentary, I want to talk about fairness, guys, because this week, for a lot of high schools, it was championship games for their spring sports. So it was, you know, track and field, softball, baseball, maybe soccer at some schools, lacrosse, and I think I've covered all the sports. Maybe there's rugby at some schools, but at my high school, where my siblings go, it's not a sport that is played there. But nonetheless, my little sister's softball team got to the, I believe, semifinal game of like the tournament that they do for the playoffs in softball and baseball, and they get to this game, and I'm expecting them to get completely slaughtered, because it's the first time, I think it's the first time in school history that they managed to get to the playoffs, or not to get to the playoffs, but get to this far in the playoffs, because in softball and baseball in high school, for some reason, I think all but like the two absolute worst teams in the county get to go to the playoffs, so you really have nothing to play for, besides the first round bye. But at the end, you know, in baseball and softball, I don't know if byes really help you play better or anything like that. But nonetheless, we went to this game, and it was an amazing game. It goes all 7 innings. If you guys don't know, in softball they play 7 innings instead of 9 like baseball. And it's the bottom of the 7th inning, and it's tied 0-0. And unfortunately, the game ends and they lose 1-0 at the very end of the game. And I'm alright with that for the most part. But I'm still a little bit salty about it, because during the game there was 2 absolutely awful calls that were made that went against them, and I'm not about to go like, oh, the refs screwed them, they lost because the refs. They probably could have played a little bit better offensively. Their defense was solid the whole game, because like I said, the final score was 1-0, and that just means some defense was amazing. But there was 2 really obnoxious calls. One of them I'm not going to go into, but there's one in particular that I don't understand. That didn't make any sense to me. And if any of you that are watching this played softball or know softball rules or anything like that, please enlighten me on this, because I played baseball when I was younger, and the rule is if you get hit by a pitch, you get a free base. But apparently, in softball, that ain't the case all the time, because we were watching this game, and one of the players got straight up hit in the freaking back with a pitch, and she didn't get to take her base. And I don't understand that. Because how is it that you try to turn out of the way of a pitch to not get hit, and you end up getting hit anyways, because, you know, they're pitching pretty damn fast. It's high school and it's fast pitch, so they're pitching only slightly slower than college players do, and college is the top echelon of softball. So I don't understand how you can say that because you turn out of the way to self-preserve yourself, that, you know, you don't get a free base, but you get to continue batting. It doesn't make any sense to me because later on in that same inning, another player actually got hit again by a pitch, and she got her base. So I really don't understand that. I think that probably would have changed the outcome of the game to some extent. It might have gone into extra innings because it might have ended up being tied 1-1 because I feel like they probably would have gone on to score at least around that inning because of how many outs they would have had, how many runners they would have had on base, and the defense was so good that game that any base runners were like, you need those base runners, and there's the nuclear for you guys. Um, but really, what I understand that in sports, in all sports, football, softball, soccer, every sport, there's always bad calls. They're always a part of a game, but it's the questionable bad calls that are part of the game, not the very blatantly obvious bad calls that you come to think that may have changed the outcome of a game. And I'm fine with there being bad calls in this sport because it's just, we're all human, we make mistakes. But for fuck's sake, if somebody gets hit by a pitch, shouldn't they get their free base? That's kind of the whole point of that damn, that damn rule in the game. It's like consolation for, hey, you just got hit by a pitcher because it's supposed to throw over the plate, but they hit you in the batter's box instead. I don't understand that craziness. It's the end of the gameplay, guys. If you like, leave a like. If it's your favorite, make it your favorite. If you're crazy enough to share, hit that share button. And peace out till next time.